Hello, everybody. I am Demetra Kaye, and I hope that you are having a great day. Thank you for joining me here on the African Diaspora News Channel, where it is my pleasure to have this conversation with you. You can find me here normally Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time, Tuesday through Thursday, 11 a.m. Central Time, which means today is our Friday. And of course, on my own channel, you can find me on the Demetra Kaye Show on Facebook and YouTube, Sunday through Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central Time. Again, Sunday through Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central Time. We're going to have a piggyback kind of sort of conversation that's going to be interesting. Nevertheless, the title is Restaurant Owner Caught Lying About Not Seeing His Latino Employee Being Anti-Black. Now, this is a continuation of the viral situation that took place at a Hartz Chicken here in Houston, where an anti-Black Latina employee, called a Black customer the word, right? Of course, you guys know that Brother Phil did cover it here, and I think that went viral. So if you didn't get a chance to check out his video regarding it, please do so. But I am taking it from a different angle where I saw something during the pull-up, right? The pull-up that took place where Brother Phil, Dr. Candace Matthews, Quanell X, and Grizzy News, they went to confront the owner. And he just flat out lying. So I'm going to show all that to you in just a bit. But while we're waiting for everybody else to trickle on in, just want to remind you that we will be at the Ohio Black Expo May 23rd. So it's coming up soon. And I'm going to tell you this. If you plan on going in Columbus, Ohio, and you have not gotten your ticket, today is the last day to get it at a discount. Next month is going to be regular price. So I advise you to hurry up and get your tickets now. But in order to do that, you got to go to ohioblackexpo.com, ohioblackexpo.com. Again, I will be there representing the African Diaspora News Channel along with Brother Phil, Sister Vicky, Sister Emma. We're going to have a, great conversation where we're going to just be interactive, back and forth question and answering, and just spend, a good amount of time with y'all. A lot of times y'all are doing this like we're doing it now online, but here in Columbus, Ohio, we'll get a chance to do it live and in person. And of course, there's going to be a whole host of music, food, other, think tanks, if you will. Amanda Sills will be there. Chef Aki, she's a well-known vegan chef. You'll have Loose Ends, October London, right? So a whole host of people will be there. So again, go to Ohio Black Expo to get your tickets, please, and thank you. All right, now, of course, you know that we have an African Diaspora News app that you need to go to your Google and Apple Play Store on your phone, right? You got to go there and get it. Please download it if you haven't already. It is the news you can use for us, not only covering the news in America, it's covering the news all over the diaspora, right? Because it's important to know what's going on all over the world. Like Brother Phil covered some of the things that are going on in South Africa, and it's not a good look, but you know what? I'm glad that he is covering it and bringing awareness to it, because it just needs to get out there that some things are, not good. So y'all can go check that out. But nevertheless, I know that a lot of you all already have it. So thank you. And for those of you who don't, please hurry up and get it, because again, they allow us to use these platforms and we are grateful that they allow us to use it. But any moment they can, right? Hopefully they don't, but they could. And you'll need to be able to find us, because the news that we disseminate is very important. You're not going to get the truth about the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, right? But especially the Democratic Party, because y'all know we vote for them the most and they do for us the least, okay? So please and thank you for that. All right, and I'm going to acknowledge everybody once I come back. So anyway, not that I'm going anywhere, let's go ahead and get into it for the sake of time. So as I was telling y'all just a little bit ago, of course, there's a viral video that took place here in Houston at a Hartz Chicken, which I've never been. I always see them like they're all over the place, and it's a buffet, right? So I guess you can kind of go and get your food as you wish, and it's chicken. So anyway, this particular video that I'm sure you guys have seen, I'm going to show you a snippet of it. No, I'm not, because I didn't bring it up here, but I'll tell you what happened. So basically what happened was a Latino employee. She called a Black man who was there to get his food the word, okay? And you can hear her say it, but she didn't say it with the ER. She said it with the A, like, she down by law type of thing. So the brother by the name of Griff was like, what? He was recording it. And then she says, get the out of here and all this other stuff. So from that point, it went viral. And then there was what you call a pull-up. that happened. Now, the pull up again happened with Brother Phil, Dr. Candace Matthews, Brother Quanell X, and Grizzy Hood News. And they went to confront the man. Now, in this confrontation that took place for about 15 minutes or so, I won't show you the whole thing, just snippets. He was, in a sense, forced to apologize, right? Now, originally, he was lying by saying he wasn't there. So I'm going to show you the lie.
Question for you. So when she was calling him the N-word, because we seen the video.
I'm not here.
There was you.
No,
you was here.
No,
yes, you
no,
was.
I come.
No, you was here. And my question is, why didn't you de-escalate that right then?
No, yeah, I did it.
No, you did it after the fact.
No.
You ain't do it right there because see, if I was working here, you're not gonna call nobody no N-word in front of me.
Talking, both people is talking and fighting like he pulled the gun and shoot it.
So why you say you weren't here?
Whoa. Who pulled the gun?
I said, guy, there is too many directions.
Some other guy?
I said.
Okay, so again, let me remove him. He lied, right? And Candace, she says, let me ask you something. Basically, why didn't you do anything? And he says, I wasn't there. And y'all saw I paused it. He was there. That was the interaction of the lady calling the customer the word and telling him that, to get the F out of here. And you came in here starting ish. And she was so comfortable, right? And again, I apologize. I forgot to bring it up on the screen, but she was so comfortable with talking to that brother like that. And y'all can see the man, the owner, he was just leaned over and she was like, and what? Like, what you gonna do? Like, almost like she does it all the time, right? So again, I'm glad that Candace called him out and then we got to see him lie. Now, the other part of that, I don't know if y'all heard him say, somebody came in there with the pew pew. And then Brother Quanell was like, wait a minute now, somebody came in here with, and he says, oh yeah, but then they clarified, but it wasn't him. So not only are you lying, you're gaslighting, right? You are just not going to accept that what happened in your restaurant is probably not rare, okay? It probably happens a lot, and I'm going to show you why I think it happens a lot too. But again, he's only sorry because he got caught. And if you watch the whole interaction, I think Brother Phil put it up on the app. If you watch the whole interaction, they pretty much have to, kind of twist his arm to, apologize for it. And then he says, oh, I've been here for 26 years. And, he basically didn't want to lose any business because I think he kind of sensed that's what was next if he didn't apologize. But again, she, being an employee, was very comfortable. And, he was just leaning there like it's every day that she talked to customers like that. Again, just flat out lied. Okay, now this is the energy that I'm on. And I'm going to show you right here.
Taking you at your word. We're taking you at your word.
I'm not because he was here.
But he fired.
But he fired. But don't be lying. You fired. And you was here.
Why I'm lying?
Because you said you wasn't here, but you was here. We seen you in that video.
So again, Brother Cardell says, okay, I'm going to take you at your word. And Dr. Candace was like, I'm not. And then, she says, he says, why? She says, because you lied. He says, why I'm lying. So again, I pause it so you can see he was there. So again, after Brother Quanell says, I'm going to take you at your word. And then Candace says, I'm not. Why? And he continues to lie. Like, dude, you were there. Okay. Now, I know I can imagine as being a business owner, that you don't want to lose any business. So you're going to, do a lot of tap dancing. You're going to run in circles. But see, you was talking to people that are smarter than an average bear. And, it's on video, dude, you were there. You had your elbow propped up on the counter and you, almost like, well, why you didn't call him another one? Because, the other times you be called, he was comfortable. She was comfortable. But I'm on the energy that Dr. Candace is on. I don't take you at your word. You're only doing it because you got caught. That's the only reason why. If y'all haven't seen it, they pretty much have to, to get him to apologize. And then you're going to lie and keep lying after you apologize. So you're not really sorry. Okay. Now, I want to show you something else. This one here is very brief.
All is my friend.
Yeah, but some of your people are very rude.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you let her call me.
Finish coming.
You let her call me.
This is not the only Hartz Chicken.
We talking.
Okay. So as she said, and he was like, oh, these are my friends. And it's like, really? You let your employees call your friends the word? Even the brother, he reiterated, right? Brother Griff, I believe that's his name. He reiterated, but you allow your employees to call me, and I bleeped it out, but to call me that. And so how much are we your friends? But the sister was like, your reviews are terrible. Okay. Now I was going to copy and paste them and put them up, but I was like, I ain't going to do that. But I'll tell you, the consensus on that particular Hartz restaurant is not good. Okay. And my spidey senses, y'all like my hair, just barely even combed today. My spidey senses about Hartz Chicken is correct with the reviews that I saw. Because again, I'll pass by and I'm like, nah, I mean, I wasn't going to eat there, but it just don't give me the vibes. Like, I don't do buffets like that anyway. But nevertheless, the reviews said the restaurants are not clean. And this is not my words. You just go look it up. I'm just telling you what it said. Restaurants aren't clean at all. One lady said, and this is this particular Hartz, okay? One lady said she was waiting for her food because they had messed up her food in the drive-through. So she went up in there, was waiting, and she did say the owner, I think, gave her something to drink as she was waiting. So she said as she was waiting, a mouse was waiting for their food too. So she said, nevertheless, she didn't eat the food. She didn't eat the food or whatever. So again, the restaurant's not clean. Got some little critters running around. A lot of people did say that the employees are very rude. The wait time is ridiculous. And some, they say the food is sometimes, I don't know, people's taste buds are different. It's not good and all of that. So I also look to say, okay, well, where is this restaurant located? Because I'm not really familiar with Houston all like that. So it sounds like it's in a predominantly Black and brown from what the research I saw. Black and brown community, okay? Now, y'all saw that particular man. He is East Indian. I think East Indian, East Asian or something like that. Anyway, he's Indian. So when I thought about it, and then looking at the video, the pull-up, was mostly us there, right? Now, from what I understand, the dynamics of the restaurant is it's owned by, the gentleman you saw there, and then a lot of Latino workers. And even in the original video, the Latino workers, after she had called that man that, they were just every day as usual, right? Now, you would think you'd be appalled if you saw one of your fellow employees or your co-workers talk to somebody like that, but they was just, like... like it's not a big deal. So I like when I see these things, I'm like, okay, that's business as usual. Okay. Now, this is no shade to anybody that went up in there and asked the man to apologize. And like I said, I'm on the energy of I don't take you at your word, but I'm more so on the energy of damn your apology. Okay. For a whole host of reasons. Because one, use a liar. Yes, I said use a liar. You're a gaslighter. And you sat up there and you saw that lady talk to him like that. And something tells me that's not the first time she's done it. And the weird thing is she almost sound like I said, she said it with the A, not the ER. Because, a lot of them in they community, they want to say it with the A, like they, just, too cool for school, right? Like they one of us type of thing. And she was just so everyday with it. But nah. You forget your apology. And my thing is this too. We got all those Black folks going into that restaurant. Listen, I'm not trying to food shame nobody. I think we eat a lot of fried chicken and we might need to. But that's your business, okay? I like fried chicken. That's a different conversation though. So for one, it looked like there's a lot of us going in there. Not only you getting, fried chicken that may not be good for you, but you're giving your Black dollars to a man who had to be damn near hog-tied verbally to issue an apology over his racist employee, right? He's not sorry. He was concerned about his restaurant, his business. He said that I've been here 26 years, I'm just, in a sense, concerned about my business. I bet you are. But see, the other thing too is, which tells me, and it's not just that restaurant, we see this story all the time. they don't believe that they'll be held accountable. See, they're not used to what some call pull-up season, right? They can't be used to being held accountable if they were okay with that. Now, he promised that he fired that lady. I didn't know. It remains to be seen. But then I heard the other lady who says your reviews are terrible. I heard her say, but there's other Hartz Chickens as well. So I don't know if that particular owner owns more Hartz. He probably does, right? So was she saying that the other ones are just as bad, or maybe she's gone to work somewhere else? I don't know. That, this is a pretty viral video, so maybe people, and she's kind of an obvious lady, right? She's Latino with bleach blonde hair, look like she left the bleach in too long or whatever. So she's not hard to identify. But I have a problem with us accepting apologies. Again, no shade to nobody else. I have a problem with that. I have a problem with us, saying, okay, well, an apology is okay. Now, as I got to thinking about it a little bit more, I thought about a scripture from the Quran. And it goes like this. And it's from Surah 13:11. It says, indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what is in themselves. Now, this scripture really kept coming to me because it's like we really have to change how we see ourselves, and then other people will see us differently. And then with that, and I've also learned this a long time ago. So again, I just want to repeat it before I take it down. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of a people until they change what's in themselves. Okay, Surah 13:11. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Trying to take them all down. So we have to change the way we see ourselves. Okay, it's just the way it is, because other people think that an apology is all we need. All I gotta do is say I'm sorry, and the money will keep on pouring back in. I'm sure he gets a lot of black dollars. Okay, so that's where I was going with it. I was told a long time ago that God will never deliver you from, let's say, your friends. Okay, whether it's a horrible person, whether it's alcohol or it's drugs or it's whatever it is, you kind of gotta want to do that because God gives us what? Free will. So with that scripture, it's like, well, when y'all change, then I'll change your condition. Okay, none of this is impossible to do. So with that scripture, I also thought about, okay, self-esteem. Self-esteem is an issue, not just on an individual basis, but self-esteem is an issue with us as Black folks, especially here in America. Now, for those of y'all like, well, what is self-esteem? Because it could be anything, okay? Now, this is what it is. Self-esteem is an individual's overall subjective evaluation of their own self-worth, value, and competence. It reflects a person's physical self-image, confidence in their abilities, and perceived success in life. It acts as a mental gauge of personal value and affects how people relate to others and act in the world. Okay, so basically, it is how we see ourselves, and then how we see ourselves, it reflects to everybody else, right? You ever see somebody who is treated poorly? I don't know if it's on the job or by a spouse or something like that. And it's like, man, they need to raise their self-esteem. Now, self-esteem means, high self-esteem rather means I see myself with great value and I will not allow somebody to treat me horrible, right? Which is why when you start to see people, whether it's a man or a woman, in a bad relationship, eventually they leave, right? They might have been there for years and years and years, but eventually they leave because they finally said, maybe they looked in the mirror and said, you know what? I finally believe I deserve better treatment. And I think I know by now, they ain't going to give me better treatment, okay? Now, the better treatment has to start here first, right? Because oftentimes we don't treat ourselves right. And then it just kind of, people feel like, well, they don't have no respect for themselves. And I'm not saying they should do that, but some people who are not good people, they just pick up on that. So I'm saying all that to say, we as Black Americans, we got to raise our self-esteem. We got to raise our self-esteem and say, I'm not eating there, right? And I'm going to get into my other slide that I put up just a second, but I'm not eating there. Like, how many stories Do we gotta hear of somebody calling us the word or doing something horrible or even getting roughed up in these establishments? I don't care whether it's a beauty supply, a nail salon, or wherever it is. And oftentimes, and this is not a secret, we know that they move their businesses into our communities. Why? Why do you think they do that? Y'all know why they do it. For one, it's a gold mine, right? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talks about it. Like, you ain't got to advertise. You ain't got to do none of that. Just go set up in the Black community and we going to go in there like zombies. I don't care what it is. It can be chicken and rice. And I always ask, why they giving you a big old box like that of chicken and rice and you can't even close the doggone thing? Why you eating that, okay? But back to what I was saying. It could be chicken and rice. It could be nails. It could be hair. It could be, you name it. They come and they move there and we go right in there. We don't ask no questions. We just go right on in there and give them all our money. Somebody, and there was another situation that happened here at a gas station. And Dr. Candace and them, they pulled up as well. And they almost had to kind of like talk to people into not going up in there. And the situation, I'm not going to get into it here, but the situation was so deplorable. I'm like, see, they having too much of a conversation with these Black folks for me, right? But nevertheless, they move in our communities and they put whatever it is, we go all up in there and we'll hear about the horrible treatment a brother or sister got. And then, yeah, you got people like Candace and your Quanells, and they'll stand outside. Hey, don't go in there. You know what they did in it? Well, I'm just trying to. There was a situation in Los Angeles where a liquor store, they roughed up somebody in the liquor store. And the Brothers and Sisters of Africatown Coalition, that's how I actually met them. It was like 2015, 2016. They were standing outside the liquor store and they were telling people, hey, they just beat somebody down in there. Don't go in there. Oh, I'm just going in there real quick. Did you not hear what I said? I said they just beat somebody down in there. We're asking y'all in the community not to go in there. Oh, I'm just going to go in there real quick. Well, you know, they ain't never did nothing to me. Well, you know, they cool with me. I don't think you heard me. And do you know what that liquor store owner did the next couple of days after that? He had a barbecue with some funky hot dogs out there. And you know who he had serving the hot dogs? Some Black folks from the community. And so when the brothers and sisters went back up there from Africatown Coalition, do you know that some of them people, Black folks, were trying to fight them? They was trying to fight them. All because they were trying to raise awareness and said, hey, they just beat somebody down, beat them down, okay? Beat them down. And they was blocking for the owner. Oh, no, you leave him alone. He a good man. And it was a lady probably about 4 feet tall. She trying to fight them. She trying to fight them for the Asian owner. She was, she tried to get him up. So when I see that man, right, he's forced to apologize, it irks me. Because for one, I know he's not sorry. He said it repeatedly. Oh, you know, I'm just worried about my business. But you're not worried about hiring people who are very anti-Black? You're not worried about that? Like, your customer base is probably predominantly Black folks that go in there. And then the other thing is, I hope that lady who said that, you know, they got horrible reviews, I hope she's watching this. And I'm going to say this in love. Why would you take your beautiful Black self back up in there if you know they rude and they got a horrible customer service? See, this is what I was saying the other day, especially about us and our businesses. What would happen if that was a Black-owned business? Y'all just imagine with me for just a second. If that was a Black-owned business that rendered that type of customer service, we would put it all on social media. We would talk about how horrible they are. Don't go back there, right? Because we know how to organize against our own people. But again, this is in love. When I see them going back up in there talking about, well, y'all do be rude and y'all rude in the reviews ain't good. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm like, what's wrong with us? See, you got one time to be rude to me. Especially, I don't care who you are. Your mama, old mama, I don't care who you are. You got one time to be rude to me and you want my dollars, I'm not going back. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not going back. But I'm not going to stand up and, yes, hot dogs, Tito. He gave them funky hot. Oh, no, was no ribeye. Okay. I don't even know what the good cuts of steaks are. That's just how oblivious I am to meat cuts. But it was hot dogs. Okay. And y'all know the nature of a hot dog, and I'm pretty sure they weren't kosher. Okay. He probably went to the back of the store where you got the brown label hot dogs that have all the parts. So yeah, you not getting my money and you're rude to me and you anti-black, and I done heard that you done abused somebody from the neighborhood. I'm not going back up and like, where's your self-esteem? Your self-esteem got to be in the gutter. And listen, I had some pretty good fried chicken before, but none compares to the fried chicken my mama used to make. God rest her soul. I promise you. And I had some good fried chicken, but it ain't never been, and I hate that it's chicken too. Anyway, but I ain't never had no fried chicken that make me want to just suspend everything I know about. I'm sorry. I don't care if they put not. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the fish fries. Y'all know the fish fries that we get? Well, when I say we, I ain't never been to one. But the Democrats, right? James Clyburn, ain't he famous for his fish fries? You know, you could get a vote for a piece of fish. Right. And I'm like, do we give you hot sauce? Like, what is this with this fish? Is this some crack sprinkled on in the batter? Like, what's going on with the fish? Right. So what I'm saying is, I ain't never had nothing that good to where I'm gonna just say, I don't care. I'm just gonna go in there real quick, or I'm gonna get them up. I never. Okay. So we as black folks, and think with me here. Imagine if it was a black restaurant and that was done to somebody else that wasn't black. That restaurant be shut down that day. Okay. Not only would their people organize to shut it down, right? You'd have the community leaders and everybody. Oh, we shutting it. Oh, it'd be gone quickly. And guess what? Then when the black restaurant is gone, they'll buy it and open it up and, continue on with the foolishness, right? So we got to raise our self-esteem, okay? Now, lastly, I used to hear my father say this all the time. Now, of course, y'all know my father was Nation of Islam since he was 19 years old, and he used to always, I could count if I had just a penny for all the time I would hear him say that. Keep your mouth out of other people's kitchen. Now, of course, being that he was FOI until the very last breath that he took, of course, so again, y'all keep that in mind. Keep your mouth out of other people's kitchen. Of course, he got that from How to Eat to Live, okay? And I've heard that said before. I believe I've heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say and other people. Keep your mouth out of other people's kitchen. Now, this is How to Eat to Live. There's 2 volumes, 1 and 2. My father actually gave these to me a long time ago. Volumes 1 and 2, How to Eat to Live by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And it tells you the things that we should eat and the things we should not eat. Right? Very good guide. Eat once a day. And if you good, you eat every 3 days. I ain't got there yet. Okay. I'm working on it. But anyway, so the premise of keep your mouth out of other people's kitchen basically means stop eating everywhere. Because as the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, you don't know what they putting in your food. Okay. And especially if it's them folks that don't like us very much. And not only them folks, but the other people that's trying to be like them folks, right? That open up all the restaurants and stuff. And our neighborhood, like I said, the big old giant boxes of chicken and rice. And as I always ask too, well, damn, why you don't never see they people eating there? Like for real. You ain't got to go in one of those, just park in the parking lot one day. Park in the parking lot at one of those restaurants that they, and I hate to even call it a restaurant, right? But go park in the parking lot and just sit there and watch and see how many people that look like them, the owners, see how many of them go up in there, come out with a big old box of chicken and rice for $5. What you mean? How you get and I know rice is relatively cheap, don't get me wrong, but for $5 I can get all that. I can get the soy sauce and everything else and all the fixings for $5. See, for me, I'm like, well, what's in it? Now, listen, I'm just telling y'all a story that I saw the other day. I mentioned the other day. This is in the news, okay? So this ain't nothing like I'm being mean or making this up, okay? Y'all could go look it up. Somebody, I think it's called Queen China or China Queen or something like that in Louisiana. There's a restaurant there, okay? And they saw somebody that worked at the restaurant then got a deer up off the street. So some street deer. Saw them skinning it outside the restaurant and took it up into the restaurant. So they called the health department. And sure enough, the health department was like, yeah, they had that deer. They had that deer up in the freezer. So they had to close up for a little bit. And they had a sign, they handwritten. It was a handwritten sign. They put on the window, we sorry, you know, it's clean, and you know, we apologize. We apologize, and we gonna be back open for business. And I'm like, I wouldn't go back there, right? If I seen you skin. Listen, how long was that deer there on the street? Now I know some people talking about they eat roadkill and the critters. Okay, I'm from California. I don't know nothing about that. Okay, but to put the sign up there like I just know they coming back, it's crazy to me. Okay, so I'm not trying to go here or there. I'm just telling you what I read as verifiable news. Okay, so back to my chicken and rice story. Why are you giving me that much chicken and rice for such a small amount of money? So what I'm saying is, it would just behoove us, especially as Black folks, because if they'll beat you, you know, in their establishments, follow you around, cheat you, why? I'm just asking some questions, and I hope it gets through to somebody, okay? Why would you sit down at a restaurant? I'll take the number 3. Take the number 3. Why would you sit down at one of their restaurants and you don't know what they do to your food back in their kitchen? I think it should be assumed that they don't like us very much. Why would we sit down at anybody's table that don't? And it's illustrated. This is not something I'm making. They don't like us, and why would you sit down and eat? And because for me, I'd be. I'd be trying to rubberneck and look back and see what y'all doing to my food, right? But why? I'm just asking. Again, I'm on the energy of I'm not taking you at your word. You ain't sorry. Sorry you got caught. And if that lady call that man that, what she done did to them people food? What's she back there doing? I know it's a bunch of Black people coming up in here. So what's she doing to the food? Do y'all think like that? Or is it just me? And I know it can't just be me. Now, before I get into the comment section, I've been told that I'm very weird when it comes to food. My daughter's not here right now, but if she was, I'd have her come in here and tell you. What happens if I get the vibes, right? The heebie-jeebies. I don't even have to go into the restaurant. I can look into your establishment and I can see something's off. I'm like, I'm not going in there. And my daughter put it in reverse and we'll leave. So I just try to really eat at home more often. Keeping in mind, keep your mouth out of other people's kitchen. Because if they ain't going to treat you right, they ain't going to feed you right either. Somebody put that on a t-shirt. Anyway, let me see what y'all got going. Miss Moni Love, you say, I have 3 restaurants that I would eat at. Yeah, there's very few for me as well. But I'll be like, I'm just going to go to the store and buy something. That's what I usually end up doing. All right, so let me see who's here. Tito, what up with you? Autumn, what's going on? It says just boycott the business. Yeah, just don't go. I don't know why that's so hard. Like I said, I like chicken. I like fried chicken. I don't eat it much. I like it, but I don't like it like that. Sister Sunlight, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Natasha, what's going on with you? Slim Slammer, how you doing? Well, thank you, thank you. Mike Nice in the building. Hope you're having a great day. Earl, what's going on? He says, thank you for your commentary. Appreciate all the news you give us. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you, thank you. Black First Satin Doll, how you doing? Says Amanda Steele is not on cold person. I didn't say she was. I was just saying she gonna be there. I'm just a guest there. I will be there. I'll probably stop by to see what she's got to say. Yeah, I did. I've been invited to the Ohio Black Expo. But it'll be interesting nevertheless. I like to hear other points of views and just, things like that. So I'll stop by and see what she's got to say. Darnisha, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. You say, I heard through the grapevine, nothing ain't good up. And with the okra, I don't know. I don't eat at Hartz. I'm not an okra fan per se. I mean, I'll eat it if I have to, but I'm not a fan of it. But fried okra just kind of seemed like an oxymoron. Ain't okra supposed to be good for y'all by yourself and you frying it? MPS Corporation was going on when she says her A probably wasn't even fired. He didn't sound like he fired her. He was, yeah. Like, like, yeah, I did. I don't think he did either because she was just a little too comfortable. Like, ain't nobody gonna check me. I run this joint. That's the energy she had. Buck Horse, how are you doing? And where have you been? I haven't seen you in a long time. El, what's going on with you? I haven't forgot. You said you'd like us to come to Detroit. Send me an email. Jerron, what's going on with you? Says, I thought he said he was there for 30 years. He might have been there for 30 years, 26, 30 years or whatever it is. He ain't trying to lose no money, right? His most loyal customers got to be Black people, okay? And if your loyal customer is Black folks, why do you have people there like that? See, I don't know. I would just be scared to eat there, right? And hopefully Brother Griff, he ain't going back up in there. I'm sorry. I just couldn't have an appetite to eat there. King Noble, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Fudge, what is up with you? Lois, how you doing? He says these people are butter talkers. Protest his company. Our people close it down, period. Amen. Yeah, I whether they close down or not, I wouldn't take my Black dollars there. Let it. Where his people at? They don't eat there. Again, we, like I said, it's a track record that they don't really care for us, and we gonna sit up and let them put some in your mouth, and I mean that in a clean way. Okay, most of y'all, when I say y'all, me, y'all, them, first thing you do when you walk into a family reunion or a family dinner somewhere, what y'all say? Who made the potato salad? You do that at your own family house. Who made the potato? I just need to know, who made the potato salad. But you'll walk yourself up in one of them people restaurants and let them cook your food. I'm just asking questions. I am Gagnes. How you doing? Says stop eating and shopping at the places that don't support us. Unify and build. Yeah, we don't nobody fried chicken like us. Okay. I always thought that was insane. Why would you go to somebody else that's not like you to eat some fried chicken? I don't know, it's just weird. Black and Mild, how you doing? You like my hair? Well, I appreciate that because I just wasn't really feeling it today. It's actually wash day tomorrow, so yeah. But thank you, I appreciate that. Yaya's kids, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sherwood, what's going on? It says, okay, well, I appreciate the hairstyle. I was kind of concerned. I was like, I don't want them to think I just didn't care. Like I just woke up today. Dimple Face, how you doing? Says no one will stop supporting those businesses. They still going to those hair and nail shops as we speak, which is why we gotta keep talking. We gotta keep ringing the alarm. We gotta keep waking our people up, which is why it's important to see people. Brother Phil was there, and like your doctor, Candace and Quana. It's important to see people out there like that doing the work. Right? It's important what we're doing here, the conversation we're having. We need to continue to have those did you know conversations. Did you know they didn't like you much? Did you know? Right? We got to continue to wake each other up. So that way those conversations aren't harder to have, Scoop, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Renz, what's going on with you? Who else is here? Arthur, what's going on? It says shut them down. Yeah, shut them down. Miss Moni Levy says, never do I eat buffet or restaurant with less than 4.5 stars. Yeah, I'm kind of wonky when it comes to buffets because I know for one thing, everybody, they dip in and all that up in there. And that's another thing too. I saw in the review, somebody said that one of the workers had dropped one of the tongs on the floor, just picked it up and put it back. Right. So yeah, buffets kind of everybody is picking over it. I don't want that piece of chicken. And they, moving it. So yeah, I'm just kind of, and I know they got to move fast with buffets. They got to put the food out there really quick and the dishes and all that. So I'm just weird. Y'all know I used to work at Frito-Lay in the sanitation department, so I know a lot of stuff. Maybe that's where it comes from. Anthony, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well. Scoop says, sorry, ain't no passes after you disrespect my people. Yeah, I don't. You might be sorry, but you need to be sorry, right? That you're losing money, that you're losing business from your probably core customer base that you just don't have any respect for, So yeah. Let's see. Edward, how you doing? Says Grand Rising. Well, Grand Rising to you as well. He says in the chat family, says, I said that the owner probably relocated her to another restaurant if he has more than one. Sounds like he might, from what the lady was saying. Don't quote me. She says there's other Hartz. So I don't know if there's other Hartz because it's a kind of like a franchise or they own it. I'm not really familiar with the dynamics of it. But yeah, I wasn't convinced that she was fired. So time will tell, though. She's not a hard person to miss. Case going down. First class citizen, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Nama, what's going on? Says we can be real stupid at times. Yeah, when I was younger, I was told not to use the word stupid, but willfully ignorant. Is that better? Or is that the same? We can be willfully ignorant because, like I'm telling you, don't go in there because A, B, C, and D done went down. But I'm just going in there real quick. But you're still going. Like, are we missing something? Because you're going in there real quick, but you're still going in there. So what do we do? Like you're supposed to say, oh, okay, well, in that case. I saw it with my own eyes. I did. Rosa, what's going on with you? Joe, what's going on? She says he was right there, and the customer even asked him, are you going to do something about it? Just standing there with his stank, and I won't put the rest. But yeah, and Brother Griff did say, hey, you going to do something? And he was just almost like I ain't never did nothing about it, so why would I start now? It's just crazy. It really is. Okay, skipping down. Miles, how you doing? Say Stockholm Syndrome. Some of us will have it to learn the hard way. But you know what the crazy part though is, Miles? Some of those people who's like, I'm going in there real quick, attitude. When it happened to them, they're gonna want the community, to go and show up and like, let me tell you what they did to me. It's like, ain't you the one said you was going in there real quick when it happened to somebody else? Well, yeah, but you got to hold that one, homie. I don't know what to tell you, but they want everybody to show up for them. Not gonna happen. Storm, how you doing? It says they were not it says they were not non-Black Americans. That's the word I like to use. It says a lot of non-Blacks here, they look Black. So maybe you're talking to somebody else. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure, exactly what type of Black they are, but Stephen, how you doing? It says Heavenly Father Yahweh. Midwest, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Why you put that face up there? Charnene, I hope I said that right. Share. Look, your name is all squashed together. I know that's the longer version of your name. Sister Cher, how you doing? I know Sister Cher is a local. I say she's kind of a celebrity. Y'all remember I did the video last week of a sister going to the city hall and giving them the business. Well, that's Sister Cher. She is out there, and she's not just talking. She's doing the walking too. She is out there holding politicians accountable and just doing really great things in the community. So thank you. He says, why are we always under attack? Because, well, for one, when you are the greatest people walking planet Earth, other people will be after you, but our self-esteem has been just beat down so low to where we got to bring it back up and realize that, see, when they talk about us, especially here in America, being Black folks in America, they usually talk about us from what standpoint? Being slaves, right? Our ancestors being slaves. But they don't talk about us from the standpoint of, no, we didn't start off as slaves, right? A lot of people are kings and queens and, other noble or great things in our existence before the plantation. So with that, if we are only taught to believe that that's what we were, and then we are struggling to be something after the plantation, then yeah, our self-esteem is going to be low. But when we realize they didn't go get a weak people, they didn't go get a stupid people. I know some people say, "Oh, y'all let them put you on the plantation. That don't mean you're stupid, right?" It's a whole lot of other things going on. They went and got the best people they can find on planet Earth to go do the job that they couldn't do and didn't want to do. It's not even that they didn't want to do it; they wouldn't. They couldn't do it. The sun would tear them up one afternoon, and it'd be a wrap. So yeah. Let's see. Luke, how you doing? Said that's a new one to me. Which one is that? Because I know I was just be talking. Straight Black, what's going on with you? Says FBA all day. Okay. And MPS, you say I am it says I'm diabetical. It says I was about to say diabetical. Because I thought I was reading it wrong. Okay, I am diabetical, as Medea says. I don't know if I can eat once every 3 days. Well, yeah, with that, you might not be able to. After a couple hours, I get to. No, I'm just playing. I pretty much eat once a day now. So 3 days is like, I mean, you a gangster. My aunt, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Diabetical. No, not Sister Sunlight. It ain't China Dog. It's like China Queen. It's in Louisiana. If you put like China Queen buffet or something like that, Louisiana, and a deer in Google, I'm sure that story will come up. Pay me, how you doing? I hope that you're doing well. Let's see. Want to make sure I try to get everybody today. I think I did. Yesterday, I did. Pay me, say American bush meat. See, that's why I got to be making my own food. I do. Because I don't. Like I said, I know, especially, I don't say especially in the South. I don't want to run people in the South low, but I heard people in the South do be eating like sometimes like roadkill. Anyway, 91, how you doing? Says a chef invasion. Eunice, how you doing? All is well. Long time no see. Hope that you're doing well. Darnell, what's going on? Says they serving it up. Yeah, because why else would it be in the freezer? And how often have you done that? And is it just deer? Is it raccoon? Is it possum? Is it people? I don't know. I'm curious. Sister B, how you doing? Says horrible selling roadkill. Black folks are slap in the face. Well, and kind of some of the people I saw talking about it sound like they were kind of from all walks of life. But yeah, you don't need to put the sign up because I'm not coming back, right? That would just be me. Rich, how you doing? Says if I don't see it, I don't eat it. I know that's right. Got to be able to see what's going on in the kitchen. Eunice, you say I'll stop eating there for every 20. I'll stop eating there for over 20 years. You said I think that's what you stopped for over 20 years ago. You never see them eating in their own restaurant. Also, there was a news story that came out in regards to different meats in the rice and not being rice. Yeah, I heard about the rice story. It's something else. It's like some plastic or something. Imagine how skinny we would all be if we just like think about that kind of stuff when we want to go out to eat. D-Toppy, what's going on with you? Hope you're doing well. Jesse, what's going on? It says, I don't go into their restaurant at all anymore. It's probably for the best, right? Eat at your own restaurants or eat at home. It's probably safer, Decode Chief, what's going on? It says that keeps happening at the restaurants around my house on the southeast side of Chicago. I can't get no attention to them. He says, even though I have hella footage and they're at common restaurants like McDonald's, what they doing there? They doing stuff like the deer meat stuff. It's sad. And I don't know, something tells me it's our people that's going in there and we just kind of, I don't know. it's almost like the white man's ice is colder than ours type of thing as well. And like I've been hungry before. I ain't never been hungry. There's a difference between being hungry and hungry. I ain't never been hungry enough to want to just eat it anyway, you know. Aggie, how you doing? Says the brother I work with was in an alley behind a Chinese restaurant when all of a sudden the back door to the restaurant flew open with a cook wielding a butcher knife. He was chasing a. Please tell me he didn't catch it. Please tell me he didn't catch it. Roosevelt, how you doing? Oh, I love you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Facts, not feelings. How you doing? Says, am I the only one that did not see any black workers at the store? In the footage I saw, I didn't see any. Oh, and that's the other thing too. When they were there, Brother Quanell X made him promise to hire black youth. Will it happen? I don't know. But why I gotta make you do that? Because something tells me that black folks have probably tried to get a job there, and they get the we're not hiring. And look at the dynamics of it. Indian guy, Latino workers, probably predominantly black customers. Like when you see that kind of stuff, that doesn't like make something go off in your head. Like, what's wrong with this picture? I don't see my people up in there, but I'm paying the salary of the Latinos and the Indian owner. That doesn't seem weird to anybody. It would to me. I would notice it right away. Let's see. Who else? I think I've seen everybody so far. Love Big, how you doing? Richie says a lot of homeless people cook your food, believe it or not. I don't necessarily have a problem with homeless people cooking the food. Because they're homeless don't mean that they're going to do. I mean, if you following restaurant protocol, like washing your hands and all of that, you'd be surprised how many people who don't. But wash your hands and no cross-contamination. And, I don't have a problem with you because homeless people need money, right? But as long as they are doing it right. But there's a lot of people who live in big old, I mean, hell, that man, I'm sure that owned that restaurant, he live in a nice place, I'm quite sure. And the reviews I saw, one lady said a mouse was waiting on their food like she was waiting on her food up in there. So, I get what you're saying. LB Chill, how you doing? I hope that you're doing well. Let's see. Oh, I thought I got to the bottom. Cheese, how you doing? It says, if people don't like us, we should not eat from them. That just common sense. But they say common sense ain't so common. I guess it's not, I have 5 siblings. And then my other siblings, or 4 siblings, right? 4. My other siblings are like certified smart, like geniuses in a sense, right? Like per the school, you are gifted and you're smart. Me, not so much, okay? But my mom used to always say, well, they got the book smarts, but you got the common sense. I was like, I'll take it. My aunt says I cook at home for my family, no fast food restaurant either. Yeah, I used to work at a fast food restaurant in the high school, McDonald's, and I just say this is the best advice I could give anybody, especially when you're going through the drive-through. You acting spicy with them people. Where am I? Don't do it. Because you're going to get more than 11 herbs and spices, okay? A special sauce, that lettuce cheese, the special sauce don't mean something else completely. I was 16, okay, when I worked there. Zen, how you doing? Says we need to grow and preserve our own food. It's all on us. That's what we used to do. What the hell were we doing on the plantation? When I say we, I mean our ancestors. They was growing, right? They was growing food and stuff for the masses. So like we could do it. We should be doing it. But at the very least, stay up out of them people's restaurants, right? Keep your mouth out of other people's kitchen. Facts, I feel to say, stop with the non-FBA foolishness. Those were FBA at the store. The line. I didn't say it. I was just reading the comment. I was just reading the comment. But I get the sentiment. I mean, I agree because it's like when that's said, it's almost like, oh, Black Americans would never, and it's like, come on, quit playing, okay? Because we be doing some foolishness too. Oh, I know it's my Friday because I am loopy. Okay. Uh Miss Stewart, it says I say boycott, boycott, boycott. Now I co-sign that. Uh Nama, you say or great. What? What's great babies? Just dang respectful. Maybe you have to say it esoterically for YouTube purposes. Damon, what's going on? He says we're always under attack, but everyone's always emulating us. I think it's jealousy. You think? Most definitely, right? But would you give a jealous person? I'm not saying you. Would you give a jealous person your hard-earned money? And if a person is jealous of you, do you think they're going to cook your food right? I don't think so. I don't want to be like, playing Russian roulette with my food. Like I hope they, or you go on sometimes you go in a restaurant, you at a drive-through. Hi, how are y'all? Like you're extra friendly. You just want them to know I ain't on that foolishness, right? I don't know if the customer before you made you mad, but I just want you to know I'm just happy to be here. And however you make my food, I just do what you do, right? So yeah, if they're jealous of you, they're probably gonna, I don't know. Thomas, how are you? Hope you're having a great day. Reformer D girl blogger, reformed D girl, reformed girl blogger, because y'all names like, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Really, Randy, what you laughing at? I know it's something stupid I said. Albert Chill says we've been on that at home diet for a while now. I may do Thai or Indian every now and then, but we eat at home most of the time. It's the best way to make sure you eating what you want to eat, right? And not nothing extra. Yeah, Natasha, somebody said a cat. Yeah, I've heard that story before too. Somebody said they used to live near one of those restaurants and saw one of the employees saying, "Here, kitty, kitty," like out the back door. She said she'd been cool on those restaurants, and that was probably 30 years ago. She told me that. It was my sister actually. She told me that story. Crazy. Old school, how you doing? Says FBA got to own your FBA establishment. Also open up more of your own businesses to get out here and compete with other race groups of people. Yeah. Like we are the best cooks. Don't nobody season like us, right? We got the flick of the wrist with the seasoning. So yeah, we can do it. We can do it. Let's see. I hope I'm making it to the bottom. Nito Swain, what's going on with you? I know I said something stupid. Gregory, how you doing? Says being on cold seems to be too complicated for too many people. It's just brainwashing. Brainwash. I'm just going in there real quick. A lot of us got that mentality. I know they choked the sister out, had her in a full Nelson, right? Jumped from the top rope on her. Wow. But I'm just gonna go in there real quick. World's Blaze, how you doing? Says Asians have banks in Houston. I know. When I first moved here, I can't remember where I was. It was on I don't remember the name of the street. It's a big old long street, just like Asian businesses everywhere. I was like, wow, am I still in Houston? So yeah, I've seen it myself. Nope, don't feed their pockets. Feed your own people pockets, right? And Kevin, what's going on? Says I stopped eating out 20 years ago. Too many people hate us. You ain't lying. That is some scary mess. Right. And then at the crab leg houses and all. Business, what's going on? Says I don't think that Black people understand that colorism exists in Latin America, and the Black Latinos don't realize there's a colorism system on them. For example, all the singers and dancers are Black. We're starting to realize it. Again, we were sold that Black and brown unity, and I got a video coming out next week about it. But Black and brown unity was only sold to us, not to the other side. So we thought, whoa, we need to be brothers and sisters. In theory, yeah, that is the way it should be, but it's not. But they need to go and have that conversation with the brown people. Like, it's Black and brown unity, not just the Black for the brown. That's not how that works. So yeah, and the Black Mexicans, they know what they're dealing with over there, right? You know what, y'all? This is one of many. I got down to the bottom, but listen, I'm gonna get out of here because I got a lot of things to do, and as my time is up, love and appreciate every last one of y'all. Make sure if you're going to Ohio Black Expo to get your tickets, as today is the last day for the special, ohioblackexpo.com. Make sure that you download our app, African Diaspora News Channel app, from your Google Apple Play Store. It is fabulous. We're, still improving on and things like that, but we need y'all to show up so that we can just, start investing in our own Black media, right? That's what we've been told to do. Invest in your own Black media, build your own Black media. Along with media, we need our restaurants, we need our schools, we need all that, right? But anyway, love and appreciate every last one of y'all dearly. I will see you on my show Sunday, 5 p.m. Central Time. Peace.